I know that you've bought crafting supplies that you absolutely had to have and that you really love, but then didn't get around to using them. That happens to me all the time. So today I'm shopping my stash and I'm going to create a brand new card for you. If you already have this set, hopefully this inspires you to dig it out and try it with this color combination. And if you don't have it yet, it's actually included in the Waffle Flower spring sale that is happening now, March 15th through the 25th of 2026. I've linked a curated page from the Waffle Flower website in the video description down below with the products that are eligible for my discount. You can use the code Mindy E to get 25% off of these select items, and this bundle is on that list. Some of my other personal favorites included are the blending brushes, Postage Collage products, and nesting dies. I'm also going to link more inspiration I've created with some of those products at the end of this video and in the video description. The set that I pulled out from my stash is called the Hibiscus Cluster. Now, this is a die and stencil combo, but you can purchase these individually too. So, you have your main die with the cluster of flowers, and then there is a coordinating stencil, and there's two other small dies for the center of the flowers. I'm not going to be using those today. I'm just going to use the die and the coordinating stencil. So, the stencil does kind of layer together some of the petals and also the flowers and the stamens. And I am going to create a beautiful color combination for this. There were actually a couple products that I had on my mind for this. One of them was the butterfly blossom set. This is also included in those eligible items for a discount. And I went with the hibiscus cluster. I'm first starting out by die cutting a panel of white cardstock using that die. You can see that on that die, it's also creating a lot of really nice details in the flower, and some of those pieces on the flower actually pop up too. So I'm going to place this die cut piece onto my waffle flower grip mat, and then I'm taking stencil one and I'm layering it over the top. What this is doing is masking off some of the pieces on the inside of this flower, but then also masking off on your sticky mat so that you're not getting any of this excess ink on your sticky mat. If you've never used the waffle flower stencils before, they do have them labeled really well in the top right hand corner on what it's supposed to be coloring in. So it will say, like, maybe using a light pink or a dark pink, different color ideas to get you started. So they kind of already give you the inspiration there too. Now, what I chose is watermelon ink. This is from Concord and Ninth. Any type of brightish pink would work here. And I'm going to be ink blending this area of the stencil. Now, you're going to notice I had to hold my finger down on the stamen because it's masking that area off, but it wanted to move because that part towards the middle of the flower is not stuck to anything. And I found this very awkward. I was having some difficulty blending the way I wanted to because I kept having to change my arm movement, my hand movement. So I have a little trick for that that I was trying out today that I'm going to show you. So before I removed this layer of the stencil, I'm coming in with wild berry, starting in the center and blending out towards the end of the petals, this time using a smaller blending brush to kind of control that area a little bit. Now, again, I felt very awkward because I usually will move my paper or my stencil around to do some of my ink blending, especially if I have to hold that centerpiece down. It just was really awkward. I felt like I was struggling when I was doing my ink blending. Now, after I finished that, I removed this first layer of the stencil, and here is what I decided to do. I removed my grip mat from my glass work surface, and I am bringing in my regular sized Misty, and I put my grip mat on top of the door of my Misty, and then placed my panel down on top of the sticky mat. Then I brought in the second layer of the stencil. I placed that over the top so it's masking off certain areas of the petals. And I am going to start with wild berry, which is the color that I left off on the first stencil. Now, this one isn't as awkward because I don't have to worry about holding those centers down. But I did find that placing my grip mat on top of my Misty was a lot easier for me. I need to try and remember this in the future. One of the reasons I did this is because I want to be able to turn my stencil when I want to do different areas of ink blending, just kind of my natural way of how my arm would move. The Misty It doesn't really have a grip, but it's not sliding all over the place. And I am able to still kind of turn it and shift it the way I want. So here I am jumping in. This is still the second layer of the stencil, coming in with plumberry. And I think these are the shader brushes from Waffle Flower. They're the double ended ones. So I'm starting at the bottom, kind of blending out towards the edge of the petals to add that nice, rich color in the centers. But notice how I'm also kind of turning my Misty where it's comfortable for me. I didn't feel so awkward when I was blending out from the centers. I decided to add some more of that plumberry in to the first layer of the stencil. So I just brought that in, lined it up with my flower again, which was super easy. And then look, it's so easy to turn my Misty and be able to have that comfortable position for ink blending. But yet my Misty is not sliding all over the place because I know you can keep the protector on the back of the sticky mat so that you can move it all over. But I find that's too slippery for me. So I think using something like a Misty or any type of stamping positioner like this was super, super helpful. The next layer of the stencil, so this is the third layer, this is going to color in my leaves. So I am starting with a nice bright pop of green here. This is lemongrass from Concord and Ninth, and I am going to add that to the entire area of the leaves. Now, this stencil or this set doesn't really have a layering set to the leaves, so I'm going to build up that contrast and shading just using this third layer of the stencil and bringing in artichoke ink. So I always kind of start like where the flower is because I feel the flower would be casting a shadow on those leaves. So I always start kind of on the flower area of the stencil, blend out, but making sure to fade off so I can keep that nice bright pop of green at the tip of the leaves. Now, what the fourth layer does is add in the stamens, but then also two areas for the stems, which I just came in really heavy handed with the artichoke to make those nice and dark. And then for the stamens, I started with buttercup, so a really nice kind of bright yellow. Any colors in your ink collection will work for this. This just happened to be the collection I grabbed behind me on my shelf. And then adding the contrast with sunflower. And even if you don't have this particular stencil set or bundle in your collection, maybe you have some flowers that this color combination would work for. I'm going to move on to my sentiment, which is coming from the Sweet Birthday Sentiments set. This is a stamp and die combo. This has a lot of really unique sentiments on it, and I really enjoy the waffle flower fonts. So I am going to stamp one of those sentiments onto some white cardstock, and I'm stamping it in the Versifine Nocturne ink. And I think I might have forgotten to mention, but the cardstock that I used for the flower was the Concord and Ninth white cardstock. I cut out the sentiment using the coordinating die, and then I die cut it two more times from just the plain white cardstock, and I'm stacking the sentiment together using liquid glue just to give it some stability. I also die cut out another one of the clusters from white cardstock, and I'm going to stack that as well. But keep in mind that some of the areas of the petals can pop out a little bit if you want it to look a little more dimensional. And if you're interested in any of the colors or supplies that I'm using today, I will have that all linked down below in the video description. Whether you're watching this past the sale point or during the time of the spring sale, just keep in mind if you are watching up until March 25th, you can use the code Mindy E, and I will place it on the screen for you, and that will get you 25% off. So it's an additional 10% off than what Waffle Flower has on their website. So I know a lot of you had said that you wanted me to share videos where I am shopping my stash. This is one of them where I have had this in my collection for quite a while when it was first released. And I'm so excited to finally be able to put it to use and share a card project for it. But I also envision this set in some beautiful, like Hawaiian blues, tropical blues would be beautiful with this set. Thanks so much for watching today. If you enjoyed this card and found some inspiration to shop your stash, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd love for you to come back for more card making inspiration. As promised, here's another video you may be interested in.